I'm very excited to talk to you. Here at Bionic Buzz, we're all about people's passion. Where's your passion to be like a filmmaker, editor kind of come from? Was certain movie, TV show kind of inspired, or something that was just naturally for you as a child?
It really was a natural thing. Both of my parents are actually producers and actors. So I think as I was a little girl, I grew up in this environment. I was going on tour with my parents in different places that they were doing. So I think I grew up in part of my family too. You know, my dad is like 8 brothers, and like 6 of them are anywhere related to music, acting, millions of things related to entertainment. So I think it was just my path as I was born.
Well, I looked at your IMDb. It's very impressive how much stuff you've edited. You've also done some directing and producing. So tell me about your journey first, because like you found your passion for it, and then where did you go? Like, did you go to school at all, or did you kind of just dive in right into it?
No, yes, I went to university in
Mhm.
Barcelona. I did a 4-year bachelor's, and my university there, it was very much like a little bit of everything. It was like teaching about producing and directing and editing and like different things. Obviously, of course, history of cinema, everything. And when I was in college, I really thought I wanted to be a producer because I was very good at problem solving, and I was very good at like people's management. But then when I started to go on set, although I did a lot of movies, I realized that I wasn't that I was not that good at like people coming and saying we need this, we need that. I was getting so stressed, so I was like, yeah, producing is not my jam. Let's go somewhere else. And I always thought that editing was something I got really interested in college. Like they teach you a little bit of like programs there, but not really in deep. It's just basically like more or less like basic classes. So I started going into YouTube and learning. At that time, it was 10 years ago, it was Final Cut 7. So I started learning about Final Cut 7 and like how can I do this and how can I do that. And then I asked people like, hey, do you have any video you want me to edit? I just need to practice. So I started like that, and I really, really loved it. It's very hard. It's very kind of bad to say, but I'm a lonely person. So I like to be in my office without nobody around. And just editing. That's why like the good thing of technology now is that editors, we can work from our own offices. We don't even have to go into the production where whatever is happening and just sitting there like with like 5 editors. Right now everything is like so much online.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
I feel just being at your desk editing. It's such a fun kind of like feel safe place, I guess, for me.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And honestly, so I'm really lucky. So I live in a house, and then I have a back house that I converted into an office. So literally it's like going from one door to another. That's my work.
I love it. So you said you self-taught yourself kind of Final Cut 7. Well, I'm curious, what kind of editing programs do you usually use now?
So now I use Premiere and Avid. So I did a little bit
Nice.
similar in Premiere. Like I went in online, and like I never had classes. It was mostly like just like teaching myself through YouTube programs and just practicing. Like a lot of mistakes, a lot of like why this is not working. Like let me go to Google. Somebody sure is happening the same. And then Avid is a little bit more complicated. So
Oh yeah.
I did go to a class to get certified. So I did like a couple of months of like classes to be able to get certified on Avid, because it's the American program, let's say.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, let's talk about you got some upcoming projects you're working on. Is there anything you're allowed to talk about? Like anything like story wise?
Well, I can talk that I'm working for a 4-part docu-series for HBO. That's
Hmm.
that's what I can say on that front. But then I'm working on another project right now for an independent filmmaker. It's like a project called The Rest of My Life, which is a beautiful verite documentary about this guy that the director recorded this guy, like filmed this guy for over 5 years while he was dying of cancer.
Hmm.
At the same time, she got pregnant, so it's kind of the end of one life at the beginning another life. So it's kind
Oh
of an
wow.
experimental documentary about yeah, the end of one life and the beginning of another life of somebody dying of cancer, prosthetic cancer, and a kid being born.
That's sad.
And yeah, but it's hilarious documentary at the same time. I don't know if somebody's familiar about the documentary Netflix, like The Death of Dick Johnson. It's like so funny. It's about this guy who's trying to kind of like recreate different ways that he's gonna die, and in a very comedic way. So we are trying to do kind of the same, you know, like dying of cancer, of course, is like horrible. You know, it's like an illness that nobody wants to, but this character is so humoristic himself. He's a like very comedic character. So we are trying to put a lot of light into the fact that he's dying, but that he accepts it and he decides to just go with the best attitude, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So, well, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Take your time
So
to talk to me.
that's my current one.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I think it's very inspiring. I hope people watching this can see that you're award-winning editor, but you seem mostly self-taught just by watching YouTube videos mostly, and you just have that drive and passion. I hope that inspires other people that have always thought about maybe being an editor. Like, hey, you know, just go out there. You don't have to go to expensive school to learn it. Just to have that drive, do it yourself, and go online and learn.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like I always say, like, if you really want to do something, there is no excuse for not to do it, because right now there is so many things that can get you to whatever you want to do, that you can do from home without spending too much money. And you know, like I said, like, you know, when I started, I took every single free job I could just to practice, just to craft the way I edit. And then, you know, when I started to receive feedback, I was like, oh, you're good, you're good. So then I start charging people, and then I arrived to where I am right now. But you know, it was a process. It's just a matter of like committing to that process, you know, like it's a
Mhm.
matter of like investing your time into that process, and then to whatever you can do, you want to do, and then arriving to that, you know. And at the end it's so rewarding, you know. Right now, like I was telling somebody, it's been 3 years I don't give my resume to anybody, you know. I arrived to a point where people are coming, so you know, but it took me so much hard
Took me
work
a long
to,
time.
you know. So the spirit, the passion that will put you there.
I love it. Well, keep up the amazing work, and we'll talk down the road. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.